Hi there. I'm going to show you now how to use a storybook to target your child's phonological awareness. I'm going to share the book Olly Octopus by Tony Mitton and Guy Parker Reese. So this book, as you can tell from the title, uses a lot of rhyming prose. And this, on the first, most basic skill on the continuum to identify when two words share a rhyming pattern, this is a perfect book to use because it employs rhyming throughout the book. So you can point it out a couple of times. Oh, did you hear that? Those words rhyme. Jolly, Ollie. Jolly and Ollie end in the same sound. Ollie. And point it out a few times as you're reading, just to begin to make it more explicit to your child that this is rhyming words. They will probably be noticing that there's something about the words, but you're now putting a name to it. So at the very basic, that's what I would do. I would select some rhyming books. So if I open it up, let me just read a little page for you. 3 smiley seahorses idle on the tide, drifting on the current, see how they glide. Glide. There's a word that kind of sounded like that above. Let me hear again. 3 smiley seahorses idle on the tide, drifting on the current, see how they glide. Glide and tide, they kind of sound the same. Glide, tide, glide, tide. Can you say it with me? So have your child engage with you in that rhyme. The second on our continuum is to segment words into syllables. So again, if we're looking at 2 tickly turtles. Tickly. Do you hear the parts in that word? I hear 2 parts. Tickly. And then go back to, probably when you were in school. Can you clap it with me? Tickly. Tickly. There's 2 parts in that word. So that's the syllables of the word. And you really don't even have to give the children the words. If you can, I think rhyme is a really great one. But when you're talking about syllables, again, that's a big word for a young child. Just start doing it with them. And eventually, over time, you can start to bring their attention to the actual name of what they're doing. To identify when 2 words share a first sound is third on the continuum for phonological awareness. So again, we have 2 tickly turtles. 2 tickly turtles. What do you hear me doing? 2 tickly turtles. T, t, t. Do you know what sound that is? The sound t. What letter makes the sound t? That's how you can talk about 2 words beginning with the first sound, the same first sound. You can also ask your child, which is further along the continuum, but can you think of another word that begins with the t sound? Maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a favorite stuffed toy that they have. Number 4, to produce words that share a rhyming pattern. Okay, so we're getting much further along in our continuum, but for a child who's mastered those first 3 things, perhaps they've had lots of experience with this book as well, you'd say 2 tickly turtles, 1 wriggly Ollie. Ollie. Let's think of some words that rhyme with Ollie. Ollie, Bolly, Molly, Tolly. So it's all the Ollie words. And again, a reminder, these words don't need to make sense. They simply need to rhyme. So finally, in our continuum, to produce a word starting with a specific first sound, and I already have alluded to that, if you're talking about first sounds in a word, you can then ask your child, can you think of another word that begins with that sound? So highly encourage that you use rhyming books. It makes it much easier to do. I can grab the Gruffalo here for children who are further along in their development. Let's see if I can do this on a whim. You might look at goodbye, little mouse, mouse. I bet we can think of some rhyming words, some words that rhyme with mouse. Can you think of any? Mouse, ouse. Mouse, house, fouse, rouse, and you can do that activity there. But at the very basic, when you're getting going with your children, I would really suggest that you find some books that rhyme. So if you have any questions, as always, please shoot them my way, and I look forward to talking to you.